Well, the deadline for contract negotiations between Children's Minnesota and insurance giant Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here.
After months of negotiations, it appears both sides are not closer to a compromise. Mary McGuire was here with what this means for thousands of families. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning to you. Well, this certainly does affect thousands of families here in Minnesota. These negotiations deal with the largest children's hospital here in Minnesota, and starting today, thousands of families will be paying much more for the care they receive there. In a statement published early this morning, the insurance company's senior vice president of health services says the vast majority of their negotiations with physicians and hospitals are resolved thoughtfully and reasonably. They go on to say they find it disappointing Children's would choose to walk away from their network instead of working with them collaboratively to negotiate a new agreement. Now, throughout the course of this dispute, those at the hospital say Blue Cross gave them an impossible ultimatum when it came to these negotiations, claiming they would have to accept double-digit reductions to Medicaid rates, which would in turn cut services for patients. For its part, the insurance company says they have tried to work with the hospital by putting forth alternative offers that they have continually tossed aside. Blue Cross has agreed to approve continued treatment at Children's for more than 4,000 insured patients based on their need for ongoing medical care. Those patients will be transitioned into other hospitals only when it's medically safe and appropriate. So that's a little bit of relief for families who are very concerned if their children were in the ICU, perhaps recovering from surgery. A little bit of good news for them, but still a lot of families in limbo this morning.
Yeah, the fight between these two sides has been very public. Even over the 4th of July holiday, I was having conversations with some moms who this affects, and they're very concerned about it. Is there any hope these two sides will reach an agreement anytime soon?
Well, you're right. This has been very public. Usually these negotiations are done behind closed doors, but Children's launched a social media campaign called Stand Tall for Small, pleading on the public to help. But if these past few weeks are any indication, these two sides are just too far apart to come to an agreement. We'll have to wait and see what happens throughout the course of today, because as the news breaks that the deadline has come and gone, certainly there will be outcry.
All right, Mary, thank you for the update.